They came in the house. Cops came out here. Told me I was just taking out the garbage. Where you been?
Shit, man, I've been taking care of these motherfuckers.
Oh, damn.
Y'all was coming in, and now you're backing out. Now you're backing out. It's hard to talk big with a shotgun in your mouth. Shotgun in your mouth. I'm glad you brought your friends. They can watch it go down. Watch it go down. I got mine too. So welcome to my house. Cause these are my people, and this is my land. This is my land. This is what we pray for, and this is God's plan. This is God's plan. And if you ain't from here, then you won't understand. You won't understand. This is my country, and this is who I am. So welcome to my house. So welcome to my house. You better believe it, cause today won't be your day. I can guarantee it, you should turn and walk away and get to leaving, or I'll let this 12 gauge do all my speaking. Don't push me on the edge, boy. Don't push me on the edge, boy. Cause I'm aiming for your head, boy. Cause I'm aiming for your head, boy. And all I see is red, boy. And all I see is red, boy. I told you not to cross that line. I told you not to cross that line. I'm giving you a chance, boy. I'm giving you a chance, you see boy. The devil in a glance, boy.
Happy New Year! Good evening, race fans, and welcome to Ultimate Dirt TV. Tonight on the program, it is the Seeber's Racing Media New Year's Bash. Tonight we come to the virtual Eldora Speedway. Top 5 payout, I believe we have got, looking at the car count, about 33 drivers signed into the pit area. We'll take a look at some of the drivers on the racetrack. There is Hayden Cardwell, Dylan Hauser on screen. Why have I got no car sounds? That is never good when you got no car sounds. Bear with me. We're going to take a quick break. New year, new problems.
iRacing is a sim racing game that combines a true-to-life racing experience with an online community of virtual racers from all around the globe. iRacing offers a multitude of officially licensed cars and tracks, laser scanned with millimeter accuracy. Their car models and mechanical systems are based on real-world physics, engineered in cooperation with manufacturers and race teams. Their skill license system ranges from rookie to pro, ensuring members are always pitted against those with similar skill sets. Members are able to sign up for a weekly race series, compete in time trials, host a private...
Righto. There we go. Sounds a little better. Hopefully we've got car sounds now. 40... We've got 39 drivers. Take time. So, apologies. Like I said, new problems, new things. Let's take a look at qualifying. As Hayden Cardwell, quick time with a 15.340. James Braswell Jr. second. Quick Blake Majulis third. Dylan Hauser fourth. Dylan Wilson makes up your top 5. JD Brown, Ryan Flatten, Wade Patterson, Jordan Casey, and Cody Nevin to make up the top 10 drivers. We will see 3 heat races on the program. Heat race number 1 will line up like this, and from the pole position, let's try and get our blimp camera up. Now that'll do. Hayden Cardwell will start on pole to the outside of the front row. Dylan Hauser from position number 2. Let me do one thing again. Boy, oh boy. Okay, let's try that one again, shall we? There we go. Ryan Flatten and Cody Nevin outside on positions 3 and 4. Nick Baum, Chase Barber, row 3. Matt Selby, Charles Barnes, row 4. Travis St. Clair, Scott Dobbs in row 5. John Darby along with Brandon Gibbs in row 6, and Bud Molyneux in row number 7 all by himself. So 13 cars take to the racetrack, and we are green. Heat race number 1, and it is time for the Seeber's Racing Media New Year's Bash. Hauser sits back there in second position. Nevin looks to the outside now. Ryan Flatten. Oh, wow. They'll go wheel to wheel. Into turn number 1 and 2. Flatten goes to the middle of the racetrack. Nevin follows Hauser to the top side of the racetrack. Keep an eye on Nick Barney, the number 2 machine. 3 wide, if you don't mind, down into turns 3 and 4. Nevin and Hauser make a little bit of contact. Look out, Hauser finds himself back there in position number 6. Matt Selby up to position 5. Nevin is now fighting up the challenge from Nick Barnes as they work down the back straightaway. Top 3, I believe it is, go straight to the main. It won't be top 4. Nonetheless, we're going to have a yellow here in heat race number 1. Yellow flag in heat race number 1. Let's take a look at how all this unfolded here. Hello everyone watching as Charles Barnes in the 21C machine gets a little lump tap from Chase Barbara in cut number 23, and Barnes goes around. Caution flag will come out, and I dare say that maybe Barbara will be sent to the tail end of the field, so we'll have to wait for race control to deal with that situation. Afternoon, J-Dub. You're on the wrong page, by the way. Still a bit dusty, still a bit rusty. Like I said, mate, new year, new problems. Just got to adjust to 2023. Still getting over 2022. It's taken me a day and a half and I'm still not there just yet. But hopefully we'll get there. Who knows? Day one of iRacing broadcast. Day one yesterday at the real track. Wonder how many we can get up to this year. What up, Nathan Davis? How are you, buddy? Long time no speak. Heat race number one set to resume. 3 down, 7 to run in the opening heat race of the night for the Seeber Racing Media New Year's Bash. Super late models here at Eldora Speedway. Live on Ultimate Dirt TV, live across, and also live on iRock TV as well. A big shout out to iRock TV. Hayden Cardwell says, right, I've had enough of pacing around behind the iRacing.com pace track. Let's ready to rip the lip into turn number 1 and 2, and Cardwell runs to the cushion. Nick Baum slides up, flattens Selby Nevin. There's Dylan Hauser, Travis St. Clair. All drivers at a one. World of Thunder Esports feature race wins as they go 3 wide now. Nevin comes up and takes the front of the nose off the 2 machine. Hauser backed out of it. St. Clair now. St. Clair. He's moved up from position number 9, so he's working the inside of the racetrack. The Mac Sim Sports 13T entry up to position number 5. He will have 5 at the start-finish line. Now tries to come after Matt Selby. Selby again works the cushion. A lot of drivers work on the top side of the racetrack. St. Clair down low, unable to slide up for the moment. Meanwhile, Flatton coming after Nick Baum. St. Clair again to the bottom side, still finding the moisture down to the through 1 and 2 on the low side. Hayden Cardwell, 8, nearly 9/10 of a second, 8.5 of a second lead over Nick Baum. Cardwell again so good at putting the right rear on the cushion right here. Probably one of his favourite tracks to just get up on the wheel as you watch Nick Baum, who's closed in, I got to say, and with 2 to run. It's gone from 8/10 of a second down to 3/10. So he was half a second quicker. So we'll keep an eye on the number 2 machine. Nick Baum loses a little bit of time there to Hayden Cardwell. Hayden Cardwell will get the white flag first. 1 lap left to run here at Eldora. The Seeber Racing Media New Year's Bash. Working down into turn number 3 and out of turn number 4. Checkered flag will be out here. Heat race number 1 is in the books. Hayden Cardwell gets the win from Nick Baum. Ryan Flatten home in second. Matt Selby third. Cody Nevin. Flatten third. Selby fourth. Cody Nevin runs out your top 5. We'll take a look at your official results coming up on screen. Cardwell, Baum, Flatten your top 3. Selby, Nevin your top 5. Hauser, St. Clair, Barbara, Dobbs, Darby your top 10. Barnes, Molyneux and Gibbs to make up your 13 drivers in heat number 1. Heat number 2, they will line up like this, and starting from the pole position will be the 18 entry of James Braswell Jr. To the outside of the front row, it is Dylan Wilson. Position number 3, see Wade Patterson line up alongside Jarrett Jones at a position number 4. Chase Hardy lines up at a position number 5, and Kendall Tucker will start from position number 6. Jason Korn lines up at a position number 7. Bob Klein at a position number 8. Position number 9, it'll be Scott Smith. And Joe Cease lines up at a position number 10. Jamie Gilpin lines up at a position number 11. Position number 12, it's going to be Josh Carter and Buddy Ware lining up at a position number 13. That is your stars and cars for heat race number 2. Again, 3 heat races on the program for tonight. I agree. What a hell of a heat that was in heat number 1. We'll see if heat number 2 can produce the same style of racing. I believe the pace truck is about then already on pit road, and Braswell says, "Righto boys, it's giddy up. It's New Year's racing here at Eldora Speedway." And he'll lead the field down into turn number 1. He's got company on the inside. The 24W entry of Wade Patterson. Wilson stuck there in position number 3. Meanwhile, hell of a battle going on here on lap number 1 between Jarrett Jones, Chase Hardy, but we stay focused on the top three at the moment. Braswell continues to lead the race. Look out, Wade Patterson. You might want to move up because here comes Dylan Wilson as Patterson slides up. And Wilson says, you know what, thank you very much. I'll take the inside line. It's going to be Patterson holding on to position number 2. He'll clout the concrete wall. Almost some sparklers and snakes. 3 wide as they work down the back straight away. Jared Jones goes right through the middle. Will he stay through the middle? Yes, he will. Now they have to get some French onion dip and go back underneath this. Chase Hardy put a short slider, and we're still 3 wide down into turn number 1. Oh, Hardy, look out. Heavy contact with Wayne Patterson. We might just go yellow. We are staying green for the moment. There's the 53 of Scott Smith. He's tucked in behind Jason Korn. Meanwhile, Bob Klein, he's moved up 3 spots. How about the Swindell Speed Lab? 00 entry of Kendall Tucker. Back there in position number 4. Jones continues to hold on to position number 3 as Dylan Wilson tries to run down your race leader, James Braswell Jr. Meanwhile, Kendall Tucker, he scoots down to the inside, down into turn number 1 and 2. Unable to make the pass there on Jared Jones as Jones work back to the outside. He'll stay locked and glued to the cushion through 3 and 4. Not giving up that top side of the racetrack is the 45 entry. Oh, look out, Dylan Wilson, a mistake there. And again, here comes Jones. We've seen him a couple of laps ago when he went 3 wide. This is exactly what he done. He went right through the middle, and he took over a couple of spots, and now he puts a slider on Wilson. That's a drag race up the line. Too close to call, maybe to the naked eye, maybe Jerry Jones. And not only is it a 2-car battle, now we're 3 wide down the back straight away. Kendall Tucker, slide job, city by Kendall Tucker, 2 for the price of 1. He says, thank you very much. And Dylan Wilson, he goes right up, boys. I've had enough. 5-1 back for 2nd place. He'll slide up, and now Kendall Tucker through the middle of the racetrack once again. Jones still working down to the inside. Tucker with another slide job on Dylan Wilson down into turn number 3 and 4. White flag is out for your race leader, James Braswell Jr. He must be loving what he's getting told right now. 2nd, 3rd, and 4th, all throwing the Hail Mary slide jobs. And again, Wilson, Tucker, Jones putting on a hell of a heat race here at heat race number 2. James Braswell says, thank you very much, boys. I'm starting outside pole position. Tucker comes home 2nd, Jones in 3rd, Wilson 4th. Klein will grab a top 5. Hell of a job by Bob Klein. Oh my, heat race number 2, I think, has just set the bar. Heat 2 results, Braswell confirmed your winner by 2.053 seconds over Kendall Tucker. Jared Jones 3rd, Dylan Wilson 4th, Bob Klein makes up your top 5. Then you go back to Jason Korn 6th, Scott Smith, Jamie Gilpin, Joe Cease, Josh Carter rounds out your top 10. Wade Patterson 11th, 12th was Buddy Ware, and Chase Hardy 6 laps down in position number 13. He's got a lot of work to do as heat race number 3 lines up in pit road. And let's take a look at Blake Majulis. The 127 will start from the pole position to the outside of the front row. JD Brown from position number 2. Jordan Casey lines up at a position number 3. Position number 4, that's Blake Murray. Brett Evans will start from position number 5, and Jesse Enterkin will start from position number 6. Jacob Fields from position number 7, and Brandon Freeberg will start out of position number 8. Position number 9, that's Keaton Holder. Position number 10, Tyler Reed. Tyson Ulecki from position number 11, Daniel Elkins from position number 12, and Jaden Krause from position number 13. Oh boy, heat 3. You've got a lot to live up to in from heat race number 1 and heat race number 2. Ready for a start. The 127 says, let's ready, let's rock and roll. It's the green flag flies, and Blake Majulis will lead him down into 1 and 2. Keep an eye on Jordan Casey. The 42 was working down to the inside. Looks to come up on the racetrack in front of the 79 entry. That's Blake Murray. There's Jesse Enterkin coming into the picture now. A little 3-1 battle with Brett Evans, who was right up on the inside wall through 3 and 4. Now he'll do the same down into 1 and 2. And Jacob Fields, Brendan Freeberg's there in the 71. Enterkin through the middle of the racetrack. 3 wide once again. Oh my, Eldora Speedway turning it on here in the New Year's Bash, thanks to Seeber's Racing Media Super Late Models. Murray got a little tight, almost clipped the back end of the one machine of Jesse Enterkin. Brown fending off the challenge again. They go side by side. There is a top and the bottom line here at Eldora Speedway. Majulis says, well, I'm just out on cruise control at the moment. 3 down, 7 to run. Enterkin gets by Brent Evans, but Evans will now fight back down to the low side through turn number 3. He'll stay committed to the bottom side. Out of turn 4, and there's still 3 wide for about 8, 9, and 10. So there's a lot of battles happening on the racetrack. I almost don't have a camera big enough to see it all. As Jesse Endigan makes a massive mistake. Freeberg and Jacob Fields get on by. Freeberg now. He'll drift it through the middle of the racetrack, trying to find the moisture here at Eldora Speedway. You're watching Fields and Freeberg. Freeberg gets on. Little contact from Fields. He backed out of it. And in comes Blake Murray. So now that 2-car battle now turns into a 4-car with Murray and Jesse Endigan. How about Jaden Krause making it a 5-car battle for positions number 5, 6, 7, and 8. Even 9th as well. 3 wide, 4 wide out of turn number 4. Turn number 2 if you don't mind. Pick a heat race. It doesn't matter which one. You've got some super late model drivers and they just do not care. They are really putting on a show. Slided by the 007 of Jacob Fields on Freeberg. Brendan Freeberg puts the move down back through turns 3 and 4. But Jacob Fields swoops around the outside with a pair of laps to run. 2 to go. Slider by Freeberg on Fields. Fields turns it underneath him. Blake Majulis a 1 second advantage over JD Brown. Short slider there by Jacob Fields on Brendan Freeberg. This is your battle for positions 5 and 6. Your top 4 have just checked out at the moment. It won't matter all that much for the 127 Industries. Number 127 of Blake Majulis. He's out of turn number 4. He's green to the checkered flag. Majulis wins from Brown, Casey, Evans. Freeberg will grab 5th over Jacob Fields. Krause will come across the line in 7th. Enterkin, Murray. And then you got Keaton Holder in 10th position. The first of 2 B mains on the program right now. Let's take a look at heat race number 3 results before we move into the first of 2 B mains. Majulis, Brown, and Casey. That makes up your top 3. Brett Evans will grab 4th. Then you go to Freeberg, Field, Krause, Enterkin, Murray, Holder, Reed, Elkins, and Yalecki. Let's take a look at this because I need to find out how many go through 12 laps. And it's going to be the top 6 that are going to go through from the B main. And that is your starting grid on your screen right now. Cody Nevin along with Brandon Freeberg in row number 1. Row number 2 is Jason Korn, Travis St. Clair. Row 3, Jaden Krause and Jamie Gilpin. Row 4, Scott Dobbs and Blake Murray. Row 5, Josh Carter and Charles Barnes. Row 6, Tyler Reed, Buddy Ware. And row 7 is Brandon Gibbs. So 13 cars. Let me just change something on Cody Nevin. Whoop, a driver. Whoop. There we go. I believe we're getting ready to go green now, so that'll give you a nice little indication of where we're at the moment. It's B main number 1. And we're underway. Top 6 will go through to the main event. Nevin leads Freeberg. There's Jason Korn in the 39 entry. He's got the 113 of Jaden Krause. Travis St. Clair now. That's your battle for the 6th and final transfer position. Jamie Gilpin, Blake Murray. And then the 29 entry of Scott Dobbs. I'll go 3 wide down the back straight away. Murray through the middle has got it by probably a nose, a front bumper. And that's all it takes at the minute. Gilpin to the outside of the 79 entry. Gilpin in the 11 machine. Look at this 2x2 if you don't mind. Freeberg fends off the challenge from Korn. Krause around the outside, looking to go around the outside of the 13T of Travis St. Clair. Then you go back to Jamie Gilpin. Has got that 6th and final transfer position at the moment. It is on lockdown. Gilpin does not want to give this one up. Scott Dobbs would love to put it into the show. How about it's the battle of the 13s again, but now you're throwing Krause. He's trying to get by the 39 entry of Jason Korn. Krause again working to the cushion. St. Clair slides up in front of Gilpin. 4, well there you go, 3, 4, 5 and 6 on screen. So just getting confirmation they were going to do a track reset. However, race control have just deemed that, you know what, let's go and leave the track as it is. So no track maintenance after the second B main as you watch Jason Korn, Jaden Kraus. Here comes St. Clair on the outside. Little contact with the concrete wall. 79 of Murray on the outside looking in, and he's right there. And now Scott Dobbs is going to look down to the inside. So 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 and 8 are all fighting for 4 out of the 6 transfer positions. Kraus again down low on Jason Korn. Gilpin follows the 13T entry. Blake Murray now, he's lost a ton of ground, so now take him pretty much out of the equation with 4 to run. Gilpin still trying to get by Travis St. Clair. Korn and Kraus make a little contact. And St. Clair was there 3-1. We stay green. Look at this 5-car battle. And out of these 4, if they stay green and they keep off each other, as long as they don't turn each other and have contact, 4 out of those 5 will go through. Unfortunately, one of them may just miss out. Brandon Freeberg, Cody Nevin, well, say goodbye to them. They are in their own zip code at the moment. St. Clair trying to clear away from Kraus. 3 wide down into turns 3 and 4. Oh my, yellow on the raceway. Woo! 2 to go, a green, white checker, and the yellow flag comes out. Let's take a look at your NLRA instant replay. I believe Blake Murray said to be one of the culprits. Just gets in there on the 21 entry. I believe that's Barnes, but also Tyler Reed and Brandon Gibbs know where to go. Well, for the first time, Tyler Reed, I tell you what, I'm going to do something that I haven't done in a long time. And let's just hope this button works, because you can't park there, mate. Yay, it worked. Woo, yay. All right. We're waiting for the lights. Are they out? They are. We're going green. We're going green. Nevin, a mile away from putting the 11 entry into the big dance. A 75 lap main event. Green flag is out. We're underway. And he got a monster start over Brandon Freeberg. And Freeberg now looks down to the inside immediately, down into 1 and 2. Not going to have enough power. Meanwhile, Kraus and St. Clair, they will resume their battle for the 3rd and 4th position on the racetrack. How about Scott Dobbs? Quietly just thinking he's way into position. Number 6 just rolls the bottom side. We go through turn number 1 and 2. The white flag is out. 1 lap left to run. Dobbs has got the 6th and final transfer position. He may just have it. Through turn number 3 and 4, Nevin wins from Brandon Freeberg 2nd. 3rd is St. Clair. Kraus 4th. Korn grabs the top 5, and Scott Dobbs on the final green-white checker will get the 6th and final transfer position. Top 6 to the main event. Everybody else, it's time to pack it up and go home. Nevin, Freeberg, St. Clair, Kraus, Korn and Dobbs, they have booked their ticket to the New Year's Bash main event later on for the likes of Barnes, Gilpin, Ware, Gibbs, Carter, Murray and Reed. Well, thank you for coming. Enjoy the rest of the show. B main number 2, Bob Klein and Dylan Hauser from pole position. And position number 2, Jacob Fields and Scott Smith will line up out of positions number 3 and 4. Chase Barbara, Jesse Endigan out of 5 and 6. Joe Cease, John Darby 7th and 8th. Keaton Holder and Wade Patterson 9th and 10th. Bud Molyneux in 11th. Daniel Elkins in 12th. And 13 and 14, Chase Hardy and Tyson Yalecki. Oh my. Steve McMillan. Cut it out. Yes, love the Power Flats presentation. It's a beauty. Bob Klein and Dylan Hauser in row number 1. Again, B main number 2. Exactly the same with laps and the transfers. Top 6, 12 laps on the board. We are racing, and Bob Klein and Dylan Hauser, they'll lead the field down into turn number 1 and 2. Hauser into the concrete wall. Fields had to check up big time. We go 3 wide. Fields trying to split the middle of the House of Speed cars. Klein into the wall. Slow, we are yellow, and Bob Klein He must be thinking, well, you know what? How about that? Because he could have gone, he would have been back there about 3rd or 4th position. But now, thanks to that yellow coming out, the yellow flag come out. Now, I'm not seeing anything on the timing ticker, so at a guess, at an assumption, maybe some sort of jump start. You know what? You can keep your thong. I will, look, a new year, I'm a new guy, you know? I'm not going to take things off people. I'm not that kind of guy. I'm not that kind of guy. Speaking of Senior Stewart, I should see him in a couple of days' time, hopefully. And that, what's his young boy's name? You know, that guy, that kid, I just can't think of his name, you know? Oh God, it's really slipped. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I should see Junior. I should see Jay-On. Or Riley, as some people know him as. Anyhow, green flag is back out. We'll take number 2 in B-main number 2. And Bob Klein not going to try and mess up this start. Hauser went to the middle of the racetrack. Jacob Fields again works to the outside. Here comes a nice little slid, Bob. And well, on Bob. So it's kind of goes in hand in hand. Klein will go back to the inside. Bob Klein will lead what is essentially lap number 2. Fields with a slider on Hauser. Hauser back to the inside. Scott Smith in the 53 entry works to the bottom side. Here comes Jesse Ensigan in the number 1 machine. Big move there by Dylan Hauser on Bob Klein. 3 wide for the race lead. Bob Klein holds on to it. There's contact with Jacob Fields. They keep it going. There's a little, no harm, no foul. Just a little bit of a love tap as a crossover move happens. And they are chopping and changing positions down into turn number 3. Fields will lead lap number 4. Hauser in second. Jesse Ensigan from 6 up to position number 3. So he's advanced 3 positions. How about Chase Hardy from 13th to position number 8? He's plus 5 and we are yellow once again. Let's see if we have something this time. That's lap 3. What are we on? We're down here. Again, not showing anything here on the timing screen. Anyhow, we'll keep it going. And we're just going to have to roll with it. Yeah, look, Matt. Look, I know Nick's doing it tough, so I don't like to take stuff off Nick. I'm not that kind of guy, Matt. Told you, new year. I would say new me, but I ain't changing. I don't change just because it's a new year. It's just, it might be a new day and a new year, but yeah, nah, same old Cripples McGee over here, mate. Pace struck in, 5 down, 7 to go. The 007 entry, Jacob Fields. Oh, who is that in the back? It's the 5th, I believe, somewhere around the Joe Cease entry. Joe Cease, maybe the Wayne Patterson entries. We stay green as Jesse Ensigan. Meanwhile, moves up to position number 6. Here comes Bob Klein, fighting back to the middle of the racetrack. He's up to position number 4. We'll get relegated back to position number 5 as Chase Barber now in the 23 swoops to the outside. And again, it's going to be that battle for the 6th and final transfer position. Scott Smith holds on barely at the moment. Meanwhile, Chase Hardy has to come from position 13, and he is 1 spot out at the minute. On the outside, looking in, 5 laps left to run. Hardy's got some work to do. Klein's in front of him, so is Scott Smith 3 wide. Hardy says, you know what, you give me a middle of the racetrack, I'm going to take it. I'll go wherever the car needs to go to get into the main event tonight. 3 wide. Now Scott Smith on the outside looking in, 3 wide once again. Smith, Hardy and Klein. Klein drives around the outside. Here comes Joe Cease in the 50 machine. Now again he is 2 spots out. Who's it going to be? Will it be Chase Hardy? Will it be Scott Smith on the line? Give it to Chase Hardy. Klein and the 23 of Barber. They'll work side by side. Klein moves up the racetrack. Hardy goes back to, Barber goes back down to the bottom side, down into turn number 3. Big slide over there on Bob Klein, and Klein Again, he'll work back to the inside. Hardy had to somewhat back out of it just a little bit as he's seen Bob Klein coming with the crossover. Scott Smith now, he's gotten by Chase Hardy. Bob Klein into the wall. That's going to pretty much take him out of contention with a lap and a half to go. Cease on the outside. One spot out at the minute. One Flanagan's out. One lap left to run. We'll stay focused on 6th position at the minute. And right now, that is the 53 entry of Scott Smith. As Jacob Fields has got this one almost wrapped up in the books. Down into turn number 3 and 4. Jacob Fields, the checkered flag around. He's going to the main event. Dylan Howes and Jesse Anderson go through. Barbara, Hardy, and Joe C. steals it at the line from Scott Smith. Holy cow. What a way to finish your second B main. And again, there is no track reset. So they may only get about 60 seconds. Let's take a look at the official results. It's Jacob Fields getting the win from Dylan Hauser in 2nd, Jesse Entick 3rd, Chase Barbara 4th, Chase Hardy in 5th, and Joe Cease getting the 7th and the 6th and final transfer position. Sorry, the session just rolled over. Scott Smith in 7th, Klein, Darby, Elkins, Patterson, Ulecki, Holder, and Molyneux. 24 cars getting set to do battle for 75 laps around Eldora Speedway. And it's going to be from position number 24, it's Joe Cease. Position number 23, Scott Dobbs. Position number 22, Chase Hardy. Position number 21, Jason Korn. Position number 20, it's Chase Barber. Position number 19, Jaden Kraus. You are getting banned. Position number 18, Jesse Entick. Position number 17, it's Travis St. Clair. Position number 16, Dylan Hauser. Position number 15, Brandon Freeberg. Position number 14, Jacob Fields. Position number 13, Cody Nevin. Yes, it is. It's not me, I guarantee it. Position number 12, Brent Evans. Position number 11, Dylan Wilson. We move to your top 10. Position number 10, Matthew Selby. Position number 9, Jordan Casey. Jared Jones from position number 8. Ryan Flatten from position number 7. JD Brown from position number 6. Kendall Tucker from position number 5. Nick Barr, position number 4. Heat number 3 winner Blake Machulas from position number 3. Shut up, Steve. Position number 2, James Braswell Jr. And to the pole position, it is Hayden Carwell. 24 starters. Your field is set. Who will take out the Seebers Racing Media New Year's Bash? As the drivers, well, they've just been given the signal to go 4 wide here at Eldora Speedway. And again, there is no better sight in all of motorsports as these drivers make their way into a 4 wide salute. On behalf of Seebers Racing Media and all the sponsors that make this possible, on behalf of everyone here at Ultimate Dirt TV, World of Thunder Esports League, NLRA, we say Happy New Year and welcome to 2023. They can't hear you, but I'm sure these drivers really do appreciate you tuning in here to Ultimate Dirt TV as we get set. Top 5 payout, 24 cars, 75 laps. This is what you want to see. From the heat races to the B mains, we have seen absolutely phenomenal racing. We've seen slide jumps, we've seen 2, 3, 4 wide action. It's really been a pleasure to watch these do battle, these drivers do battle in what is my first race of the year. I'd like to say the same for other people, but no doubt they've had potentially up to 37 and a half hours on the service. But whether you've done officials or whether this is your first time racing or first time watching, welcome to Ultimate Dirt TV. Welcome to the Seebers Racing Media New Year's Day Bash. Super late models at Eldora Speedway. I dare say the lights will go out on the iRacing.com page truck. It is time, ladies and gentlemen, Let's get the picks in. Who is going to victory lane? It's going to be a long 75 laps. Let's hope it's a good one. A couple of former iRacing World of Outlaws late model champions. A ton of current and former World Championship Pro licensed drivers in this field. A ton of real world experience, and of course, a ton of drivers that have done it on the sim. It's time. We are live for 75 Super Late Model time. The New Year's Bash is underway. We're green down into 1 and 2, and Kendall Tucker trying to make quick work of Blake Majulis and James Braswell Jr. Majulis slides up in front of Braswell. Braswell has no option but to come back to the middle of the racetrack. Nick Bond there making it 4 wide on the front straightaway. The complete lap number 1. Now it's 3 wide. Braswell on the top side of the racetrack. Barn through the middle. Tucker now going to get swallowed up by Ryan Blunt and JD Brown on the outside. So Kendall Tucker early going to this main event. He'll just look to keep the spoiler clean. And hopefully that car is going to come on in the long run. He doesn't need to be too good too early. Look at Selby now. He backed out of it, thought about trying to make it 3 wide with Jared Jones and Ryan Flatten, but opted better in the situation. Meanwhile, Braswell to the cushion. JD Brown slides up in front of him. He'll leave a lane, but sees that Braswell got into the wall, and that was his opportunity. Here comes Nick Palm now down to the inside through the middle of the racetrack now through turns 3 and 4. Trying to get by James Braswell Jr. Braswell still holds on to a top 5. Back there in position number 4. Palm back there in 5th. Then you go back to Jared Jones in the 45. Who was starting to close in on Nick Palm. Cardwell leads just shy of 6/10 of a second over Blake Majulis. Tucker grabs the cushion in turns 4. How about this handy little 3 wide? Selby, Casey and Flatten. I didn't even have to look at the ticker. You just know by the car numbers and the paint schemes, you get a feel for what these drivers are running week in and week out. Now here comes the 80 machine on Dylan Wilson. Wilson goes to the cushion, trying to get by his teammate. Meanwhile, Kendall Tucker sweeps to the outside now on Matt Selby. Kendall Tucker moves to position number 7. Tucker, after waiting and just letting everybody get settled in to a racing rhythm, a racing groove here at Eldora Speedway. Jones into the wall. Tucker now starting to find his feet. Hauser on the outside of Jordan Casey. Then you go back to Jacob Fields and the 15 of Ryan Flatten. Fields gets by Jordan Casey in car 42 and sets his sight. Trying to get by Dylan Hauser. Hauser to the wall. There goes Fields. Makes the pass on Dylan Hauser. Casey back to the inside on Hauser. Don't think that's going to stick for too long. So everybody working up still. Majority, I shouldn't say everybody, but majority of the races here work on the top side of the speedway. Now it's down to 3/10 of a second. So in the matter of about 3 or 4 laps, Majulis has closed in 2.5 tenths, or let's just say almost 3/10 of a second. Let's round it up. Let's go round figures. Here comes Kendall Tucker, the Swindell Speed Lab 00 entry. Looks for the move down into turns 3. He'll slide from the bottom all the way to the top. As here comes Jared Jones back to the inside. Jones will have position number 6 at the start finish line. Now it's his turn. He gets the concrete wall. You see the concrete nearly coming off the concrete. You see the smoke as he's absolutely belted the concrete wall. Not only is he going to lose 1, he'll lose 2, 3, and maybe even 4 positions. 3 wide. 2 D1RT drivers. Selby, little pressure from the concrete wall. Some pressure from Jacob Fields and Dylan Hauser and Dylan Wilson. Have a look at this 5-car battle if you don't mind. And we're going to go 4 wide off turn number 4. Hauser backs out of it and tried to go to the top side. So probably a smart move knowing that we're only 13 down. Still 62 laps remaining. Hauser's got plenty of time to get that number 2 machine to the front. Contact there with Jared Jones. Jones tries to peel back to the outside. Hauser trying to get by Wilson, unable to complete that pass. Looking down to the inside, here comes Cody Nevin. Hauser +6. How about Jacob Fields? For the moment, he's +6 at the minute, along with Dylan Hauser. Fields looking to go +7 as he tries to swoop on the inside of Matt Selby to go +7. He would be, at the minute, your current hard charger from 14th after picking up B main number 2 victory. He is not far away from a top 5 position. We're 16 down. And now Fields, he gets past. He may need some new stickers because Dylan Wilson has found his groove on the top side of the racing. Now he comes after Matt Selby. Oh my, now again, we are racing side by side, 2 and 3 wide action once again here at Eldora Speedway. The New Year's Bash, thanks to Seeber's Racing Media, thanks to Apex Industries. They're putting on a hell of a show at the minute, and there is our first yellow flag of the evening. And I believe we have got maybe a Jaden Krause issue here because he's entered pit road. So what was about 5/10 of a second lead for Hayden Cardwell will now turn into a restart where Blake Majulis will have plenty of time to get by Hayden Cardwell. Hayden Cardwell, well, I don't think he's going to feel any sorts of pressure at the minute. Yes, it might be a sim, but let me tell you, he's been in some of the biggest races of his career. Again, these two drivers out in front, they are both former iRacing World of Outlaws late models champion. Majulis won the first one, Cardwell won the second one. So they've won plenty of money races here on iRacing. So 20 down and 55 to go. Not ready just yet. We'll go around one more time. Krause, I believe, been scored a lap down. So at this stage, caution laps are counting as it seems. Looks like he's been given the all clear from race control to go and get that lap back, seeing as though he technically never went down. So once we go back green, we'll be on lap number 24, which will mean 23 will be complete and 52 to go. Big movers through the field. Jacob Fields +5, Dylan Wilson +4, Dylan Hauser +4, Chase Barber +6, Joe Cease +5, Scott Dobbs +3, JD Brown +3. So you've got a handful of drivers that have moved up 4 and 5 positions. Here we go. Hayden Cardwell says, let's go back racing, boys, here at Eldora. He wants to bash in the new year with some cold, hard cash. Brown gets back to the top side. James Braswell into the concrete wall. Kendall Tucker sort of know where to go. Give him a little love tap from behind. 3 wide. Nick Baum now to the inside. Nick Baum works to the bottom. He'll slide to the middle of the racetrack. Leave the top side open for both James Braswell and Kendall Tucker. But Nick Baum, look out, because here comes Dylan Wilson and Cody Nevin. They are all working the top. It's a 4-car choo-choo train on the outside, so no place for him to go at the moment. Dylan Hauser into the concrete wall. We stay green. Tucker with a slide jump on Braswell. Braswell turns it underneath him. Braswell, probably not what he wants right now. He doesn't want to be racing Kendall Tucker this early, but Tucker wants as many positions as he can. We are yellow, and we've got Dylan Hauser upside down. Let's take a look at your NLRA instant replay. Oh boy. So Krause out of the event, Hauser back in the pits, and I dare say that is going to be his night. Pretty much done and dusted. So again, these caution laps are counting, certainly favouring your race leader at the minute, Hayden Cardwell. No doubt everybody else will be keen and itching to get back, to get underway under the green flag conditions. I believe lights are still on, so hence we are not going back racing just yet. So Hauser just getting the all clear from race control. So now what I can only assume is happening here is because Hauser was never on his rough or his roof and upside down, he was sort of stopped and then got turned over by Jaden Krause as to the reason why we are still under yellow, letting Hauser get his laps back and tag up on the tail end of the field. Again, that is the assumption, not my call, not my doing. All I'm doing is just simply bringing you what I can see, and again, it's all speculation at the minute. So he'll come back onto the lead lap, and I believe, not this time, but the following time by. I don't know what you're talking about, Nick. I don't know what you're talking about. I just say rough. Yes, Jacob, I can see that. But again, mate, it's not my doing, mate. All I'm doing is just simply bringing the facts in on what I can see and what is coming to life. So lights go out. There's no rough on this joint, because if there was, it would have been torn off or blown off from the heats and the consolation races. Here we go. Field is in the hands of Hayden Cardwell, 32 down. 43 to go, we're not far, we're about half race distance. About 5 or 6 laps away from half race distance. We watch the battle for the race lead, maybe starting to unfold. Hayden Cardwell leads from Blake Majulis and Kendall Tucker. JD Brown, Nick Palm. That's your top 5. Braswell just falling outside the top 5, back in 6th position. He'll now look down to the inside, trying to move his way back into position number 5. Meanwhile, nothing happening at the front at the minute. They all stay single file. They know what they need to do. They need to keep their noses clean. They need to keep the rear spoilers, make sure it's not damaged, because they want to be good in the last 10 to 15 laps of the main event. We're going to be 35 down the completion of this lap. Braswell with a big move there on Palm. Palm back to the inside. Nevin out to the outside on Jacob Fields. Casey around the outside of Fields. 35 down and 40 to go. Braswell, Nevin, nose to tail down into turns 3 and 4. Majulis, I thought, made a little bit of a mistake there in 3 and 4. And now here comes Kendall Tucker with a slide job on Majulis. Majulis works it back to the inside. Tucker, he'll stay to the top side. He'll tuck in line behind the 127. As these slide jobs happening from Kendall Tucker and the crossovers from Blake Majulis, it just lets Hayden Cardwell just open up a little bit of breathing space over Majulis as Kendall Tucker got into the concrete wall. Brown sits back there in 4th position, waiting patiently for one of these drivers to make the mistake. All right, let's go back here. Let's have a look at some 2 and 3 wide action here at Eldora Speedway. Not only are we going to go 3 wide, I think we might even try and make it 4 wide, 5 wide. Oh no, look out. St. Clair around. Yellow, Hauser around. We should be going yellow. This car stopped on the racetrack. Be careful, the race leader, the caution was not thrown, well, the iRacing was not thrown just yet, but thankfully it was thrown just then. Oh my, we've seen that one unfold, and it was a case of, well, 5 or 4 into 1 does not go. I really don't think I sound sexy, Matt, but thank you. Mike, I do control everything. I control everything on UDTV. Oh, Nick, if you want me to take the roof off your house, I can sneeze. So, as you can see on the timing screen, Dylan Howes out of the event. Now, they were told 2 cautions and you're out. Been involved in the caution. I think race controllers said, you know what, it's time for Hauser to pack it up. So, again, these drivers were warned. St. Clair and more than likely Dobbs will be able to get their laps back. Again, I want to thank each and every one of you for tuning in here to Ultimate Dirt TV and all the other pages that we are cross-posting to. New year, new things, more broadcast is basically what I'm going to be doing. I will be taking bookings as of now, but it will have to wait until February because there's just somewhere, someplace where we've got to be first. Hopefully some big things in store for myself, not only on the virtual world, but also at a real racetrack, the real world tracks. Could be can't confirm or deny, maybe the 26th of this month. But again, can't confirm or deny, it might even be as close as Friday, Saturday, Sunday. We'll have to wait and find out. Anyhow, we go back green here on Ultimate Dirt TV. 44 down, 31 to go. Tucker immediately puts the move there on Blake Majulis. He's now immediately worked back down to the inside. Majulis, I thought he might have gone for the big Hail Mary play. Cardwell into the wall. Majulis give him a little love tap. Oh no, Nick Palmer round. Flashwell and Casey, they saved it. Who, you or me, Nick? Nick, you or me? You tell me. I'm keen. I'm keen to go there. I'm keen to go there like last year. Whew. It is, put it this way, Nick, there has already been words spoken to certain people about, but I am trying to, Nick, and at this stage I've probably already got a number of divisions lined up if I can do it, but I got to convince a couple of people first. But if it was up to me, I'd pack up after this broadcast and go straight away. Oh yeah, let's go. 48 down, that leaves us with 27 to go, I think. I think my math is correct on that one. That would be correct. And what is going to be correct is the green flag will fly. Oh boy, gee, tell you what, car will squeeze Majulis on the front straight away. How about Ryan Flatton, a veteran of sim racing, been around for 10 plus years, as most of these guys have. Brown back to the outside on Flatton, Nevin in 6th, Barbara 7th, then you go back to Selby. Going to keep an eye on where Majulis goes right now because I want to keep an eye on the gap. Hello, Platze. I'll say well in a minute because we've got some racing to call. Flatten on the inside of Nevin. Now Nevin around the outside, and Cody Nevin has moved up to position number 5. He started 13th. He won the first B main, and he has moved up plus 8 positions. There's still enough to be your hard charger. Majula's coming after Cardwell. This is going to be the battle for the race lead. When does he pull the trigger? When does he go for the slide job? Hello, Tia. Now, Majula's on the inside. Here is the battle for the race lead. Majula's slide job on Cardwell. Cardwell cut down line out of turn number 2. Cardwell back to the lead by half a car length into turn number 3. He'll slide up, and now it's Majula's to turn it back underneath. If these two guys aren't careful, not only are they going to race with each other, but they'll bring the 00 of Kendall Tucker and the 14 of JD Brown into it. Majula's caught the right rear quarter panel of Cardwell. They both keep it going. And JD Brown, Kendall Tucker. JD Brown, Kendall Tucker, then 3 wide. Majula's, Cardwell and Brown. Oh, we are yellow. Ooh. You're joking. If it wasn't for stuff in the back, the 4 cars up front, Tucker, Brown, Majula's, Cardwell, they were ready to put on a Jim Dandy of a feature. Tucker will come across the start-finish line under yellow. He'll wait for the iRacing.com pace truck. At this stage, 20 to go. 20 laps left is in the books. With the caution laps counting, you dare say there'll be about 17 or 18 left to run once we go back to green. A number of drivers in pit road, a number of drivers out. Chase Barbara home in 22nd. 21st is going to be Jason Korn. You've got the likes of Wilson in pit road, Dobbs, St. Clair, Fields, and how about Braswell back in the pits after starting on the outside of the front row, winning heat race number 2. He finds himself back in the pits, getting some quick repairs, getting some running repairs on the number 18 J entry. He'll get ready to come out on the racetrack. He'll take up a spot right at the tail end of the field, so he will not go a lap down. This is going to get interesting. At this stage, there is 18 once we go back to green. There we go. 18 to go. And Kendall Tucker says, right away, it's time to lead them down into turn number 1 and 2. Majors went right down to the inside, trying to look for the moisture of those left side tyres. Kendall Tucker holding on to the lead. Brown and Cardwell. Here is Ryan Flatten. Major slides up, looks to move up in front of the 14 instrument. JD Brown swoops to the outside, says, nope, I want second place back. And now Hayden Cardwell again, working to the outside. These 3 guys, they all ran or run for the Swindell Speed Lab and Slick Sim Sports stables. And they are 1, 2 and 3 at the moment. Majoris now had to take up a position back in 4th. He got up in front of the 15. Nevin got some spoiler damage on the 11 machine. Chase Hardy from 22nd into a top 10 position. He slides up in front of Selby. Casey slides up in front of Selby. Selby cuts it underneath him now. 2 and 3 wide. Looking at the gap between Brown and Tucker, it's about a 1/10 a second. 3/10 back to Hayden Cardwell in 3rd, so there is not a whole lot in it between your top 3. Freeberg with a big move there. Started 15th. He's up into a top 10. So a hell of a run there for the 71 entry, Brandon Freeberg. Oh, look at Selby. Contact with Chase Hardy. JD Brown trying to come after Kendall Tucker. Back up front. Slide job by Blake Majors on Hayden Cardwell. Cardwell. And here comes a 15 entry of Ryan Flatten. There is nothing in it for the race lead. 12 laps to go. So a B-main distance away from finding out who will take out the Seebers Racing Media New Year's Bash here at Eldora Speedway. All signs at the minute point to Kendall Tucker, but do not count out the 14 entry of JD Brown. A second away from your race leader is Blake Majoris in the 127 entry. Then you go back to Hayden Cardwell fourth. Ryan Flatton rounds out your top 5. Oh my, JD Brown with a head of steam down into turn number 3. I'm going to say, at the minute, going off the naked eye without looking at lap times, he looks a little better at the moment. Let's take a look at last lap times. He looked a little better. He had to back out of it, of course, into turns 3 because he got a monster run. Flatton was he was the quickest car on the previous circuit. Majoris and Cardwell still fighting it out. Look at that 16.422. There he is, JD Brown, quickest car on the racetrack now on the previous lap. Cardwell with a big move there on third place, Blake Majoris. Majoris once again. How many times have you seen these two guys go toe to toe? But for the moment, it's for third and fourth position. Majoris still holds on to position number 3. Brown not letting Kendall Tucker get out of sight and get out of mind. Hayden Cardwell into the wall. Flatton goes on by. Ryan Flatton moves into position number 4. Nevin moves to position 5. Cardwell outside the top 5 and outside the payday. Top 5 get paid. 69. Craig Plater 69 down and 6 to run. We will stay on these two at the front. Who will it be? Kendall Tucker or JD Brown? They have got 1.4 seconds over Blake Majoris. 5 to go at the line. Kendall Tucker, 2.5 miles. He has been so dominating here tonight. Once he's gotten to the lead, both himself and JD Brown, it was courtesy of the cautions. Brown to the inside, down into turn number 3 and 4. Get up off your seat, get on the edge of it, because we are set for an absolute bell ringer of a finish. JD Brown, he is not giving up just yet. Kendall Tucker, does he go into protective mode? Oh, Brown, he has to move down to the inside. Tucker made the mistake, and you've got a new race leader with 3 laps left to run. And how about the luck from JD Brown? Now, is he the sitting duck out in front? Kendall Tucker, you've got some work to do. 2 laps left to run here at Eldora Speedway, and JD Brown is 1 mile away from victory lane. Once he completes the next lap, we'll race it out to the start-finish line. Kendall Tucker into the wall. Brown got into the wall again, but Tucker made an absolute meal of that one, and Kendall Tucker can all but kiss the New Year's Bash race goodbye. White flag is out. Half a mile to go for JD Brown. Started from position number 6. He ran second in heat race number 3. He will work down into turn number 3 and 4 for the final time. Happy New Year to JD Brown. He is now your Seeber's Racing New Year's Bash winner here from Eldora Speedway. Second will go to Kendall Tucker. Third will be Blake Majoris. Ryan Flatton in 4th, and Cody Nevin. A hell of a drive to come from 13th to position number 5. Holy cow. And JD Brown is victorious. He should have just parked up on the top step of the podium. It won't matter, because let's take a look at your feature race results. Getting the win is going to be JD Brown from Kendall Tucker, and Blake Majoris completes the podium. Ryan Flatton and Cody Nevin will complete your top 5. That will complete your payday. For the likes of Hayden Carmel, he comes away with a 6th place finish. Brandon Freeberg 7th. Jordan Casey 8th. 9th was Chase Hardy. Nick Palm rounds out your top 10. Then you go back to position number 11. It's Brent Evans, Jarrett Jones in 12th, Matthew Selby in 13th, Jesse Entick in 14th, Joe Cease in 15th, James Braswell 16th, 17th Travis St. Clair, Scott Dobbs 18th, Jacob Fields 19th, Dylan Wilson 20th, 21st Chase Barbara, 22nd Jason Korn, 23rd Dylan Hauser, and Jaden Krause in 24th position. Your hard charger is Chase Hardy in the 99 from 24th. The position on that is plus 13. But we are going to go right down into victory lane and chat to your winner. And it is a happy New Year to JD Brown. JD, first of all, Happy New Year, mate. And congratulations. You're a winner once again here at Eldora.
Thank you. I mean, that was a pretty good run, I would say. I mean, it's one of my best races, I would say, just beating those guys. And I've been good, but I've never been good enough to, beat Kendall, Blake, Hayden, and all of them. So, very good run, very proud of that effort put in. It would have finally beat these guys and kind of actually compete for wins.
Let's go through and talk about those last 15 laps. So before the last caution come out, yourself and Kendall were sort of just riding back there in third and fourth position. Cartwheel and Julius come together. You guys sneak on by. Yellow comes out. You guys basically lead the field to the green flag. You sat behind him for a number of laps. Other than the mistake that Kendall made, when were you going to pull the trigger to make that pass for the lead?
I mean, honestly, just kind of waiting, just sitting there. I didn't really realize how many laps were left till I got the white flag lap there. I was just kind of sitting, cruising, and if he made a mistake or if I got a really good run, I would have slide him eventually. But I'm pretty good at just kind of riding there, able to just kind of stay right behind someone and kind of just watch their car, making sure not getting into them, just kind of be right on their bumper. And finally Kendall made that mistake. Is kind of all I needed to take the lead. I was a couple of times thought about sliding him, but just thought not yet. And then finally he just made that mistake for me able to get by.
A number of times, and I sent it on the broadcast, and I sort of mentioned it a number of times in 3 and 4. You looked like you're on the entry into 3. Your car was way a lot better than what Kendall was, but you had to back out of it because whether you seen Kendall get into the wall, what was that? Was that the case in 3 and 4? Did you feel like your car was a lot better than Kendall's?
Yeah, I was able to just kind of enter. I was entering a little bit lower than him, so he was getting tied up on the cushion. I was able to just kind of drive straight to the wall, entering that little bit lower. So just knowing that he's up there getting tight, just kind of making sure not getting into the back of him, but still kind of keeping on that rear bumper. Just kind of pounce whenever I can. And like I said, he made that mistake, and that's all I needed. All I needed there.
No, let's go to 3 to go. He makes a mistake. You go underneath him. Yeah, you come to 2 to go. You go into 1 and 2. Your right rear quarter panel taps the wall. I thought that may have opened up the door for Kendall, but he done the same thing. He got the wall a little bit harder. Once you went down the back straightaway, you pulled up 2-3 tenths anyway. Was that the moment you knew that you were coming to victory lane?
Yeah, for sure. Once I knew I was faster than him, so I was able to just kind of hang in there. And then eventually, I guess I just took the lead and kind of able to check out there. I knew I was faster and just kind of needed that opportunity to take the lead there and finally get me a win against these guys.
Well, mate, certainly a much-deserved win, and you didn't have it. You didn't have it the easy way. You had to do it the hard way. You still come from position number 6, but man, that's a hell of a drive to get by these guys and hold on to a victory here. Congratulations on the Seeber Racing Media New Year's Bash win here at Eldora. JD, before we let you go, a lot of sponsors on this car, a lot of great people behind the scenes that make this possible, mate.
Yeah, just huge thanks to guys over at Slick and Swindell. It was a good run by racing with Kendall, my teammate, and Hayden there. So it was a good run by all 3 of us, and I especially got to thank VRS for helping me out and all they do.
All right, well done, buddy, and I'm sure we'll see you out throughout the course of the new year.
Thank you.
There we go, JD Brown home in position number 1. We'll chat to the driver that comes home in second place tonight, and well, one that definitely got away from Kendall Tucker. You must be happy but disappointed at the same time, mate. Talk us through your emotions at the moment.
Yeah, just hate we blew the win there. Just honestly, really probably shouldn't have been in the lead there. JD was just a faster car that whole run. I was just doing everything I could really to hold him off, however many laps we ran there. So I just really thanks to him for running me clean. He definitely deserved the win there. So, thanks for him for running me clean, like I said, and, for also, having me dialed in here tonight. Car was real good. Just got a little bit too much damage, coming up through the field there and tagged the wall. That's where most of the damage came from. So just driver error for the most part. Just was there and should have won it. Just hopefully next time we can just minimize all the mistakes and hopefully just hold them off.
In 1 and 2 there with a couple of laps to go, JD gets into the wall. You do the same thing. You kind of ate a little bit more concrete at that stage. What went through your mind there as you ate a little bit more concrete, with 2 to go?
Yeah, I definitely needed him to make a mistake there once he got by me, and sure enough, he did. And of course, I stuffed it in the fence, the same way he did, and lost every chance I had there. Could have maybe threw a couple sliders at him there. Maybe if we could have had made up enough ground on him there if we hadn't tagged the wall on that lap too. But nice little payday here for us. Hopefully, it's the pays as broadcasted. I think it will be. So just not really on. I haven't ran a super probably since the Pro Series, and definitely don't run Eldora very much either. So very tough track to come back at and run. Right on the fence. So it just shows the speed we had here tonight.
Well, mate, congratulations on the second place finish. Before we let you go, of course, a lot of good sponsors on this race car. A lot of great people behind the scenes that make this possible for you in the Double O.
Yeah, just all my guys at Swindell Speed Lab and Slick Sim Sport for everything. Yeah, I hate to see Hayden there have some bad luck. We was all three of us running there pretty good, for most of the race, and hate to see him get wrecked there. But just gotta thank House of Speed and everything they do for me. Everybody go check them out. VRS, all the setup shops. Just make sure you're spending your money at the right places if you're going that route. But thanks to you guys for putting on the broadcast, and thanks to Cody and all his guys for putting on this race. Hopefully, there's more in the future.
All right, buddy. Well done on second place, and Happy New Year, mate.
Yeah, same to you.
There we go, guys. Kendall Tucker home in second place. We are yet to see our third place finisher, but let's go and grab a word with your hard charger here tonight. It is Chase Hardy. Chase, 24th to position number 9. That's plus 30. And that's a hell of a lot of cars you passed.
Yeah, I just stayed consistent on the bottom and watched out for the wrecks and took my time up through there, picking my way up through it, and got a good finish out of it. And I'm pretty happy about that.
I mean, this is always going to be a tough field just to get into the show. So to make the show, but to come up with a hard charger and pass 13 cars, you must be with how the setup was on this 99 machine.
Well, I got to say thanks to Dylan for taking his time and helping me and Chase out, getting good at putting a good setup together, and felt pretty good. Just had to pick our way up through there.
Look, mate, well done on a third place. No, not a third place. I went on a hard charger plus 13 places, I should say. Chase, before we let you go, of course, sponsor on this race car, people behind the scenes, mate, who makes this happen for you?
I'd like to thank Quantum Designs from Gage Stevens, and I'd like to thank House of Speed.
Right, guys, there we go. Chase Hardy, your hard charger here tonight from position number 24 to position number 19, that is plus position 9, that is plus 13 positions. And I believe that is all we have. We do not have our third place finisher in Blake Majula. So that will wrap us up here on Ultimate Dirt TV. The first of plenty to come here this year. It has been a phenomenal and wonderful start to the new year in 2023. We thank each and every one of you for tuning in here tonight. Again, I want to thank Apex Industries, Seeber's Racing Media, Seeber Sim Sports. Check him out. He does a hell of a lot of work behind the scenes. And want to thank him for coming out, putting on these money races, and allowing us here at Ultimate Dirt TV to provide you guys some content in 2023. A beautiful way and a big bang to kick off 2023. Big thanks to our sponsors, of course, Speed Shop 51, World of Thunder, Esports League, NLRA, and King Race Designs. Make sure to check them out on all their social media pages and support the people that not only support us, but support sim racing also. But that will wrap us up. I have no idea when we're going to be live next. Probably Wednesday night with the Next Level Racing 360 Wing Sprint Cars. It is Championship night from either Cedar Lake or Knoxville. It's one of the two. And then the 410s for Apex Auto Glass and Tinting on Thursday night. I don't know whether it's myself, BJ, Steve McMillan. One of us will be producing it, just depending on where I'm at the minute. The real world stuff at the minute for me, potentially over the next month, is going to be absolutely insane. That's all I'm going to say. It is going to be insane. There is so much that I could potentially be doing. But for now, for the moment, for 2023, what is day number 2 for me, day number 1 for you guys in the United States, I say thank you, good night, and I'm sure I'll see you on another broadcast.